Going to try again. Okay, it's saying... Okay, now I'm looking back at the my stream setup. And it's saying there's a stream going now. Okay, yeah, it's...
Right.
Yeah, stream. Because, okay, yeah,
Alright.
the stream is going now. Oh boy, we are having problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Oh.
No, I'm not relinking that everywhere because I really cannot be bothered.
Understandable.
There we are.
I'll try.
Stop dodging. So... So yeah, from what the Pathfinder thing, I thought it would do, like... So, I've been playing Baldur's Gate 2 recently.
Neat.
And one thing Baldur's Gate 2 does that is a mechanic in the earlier editions of D&D, AD&D, is that at like 9th-ish level, you become named level, which is basically like for when you were leveling up, you are given like you are your class, but also the class name is you don't get your class name until like 9th level. Although if you're a fighter, you're just called a lord. And like at that point you can also like make your stronghold or castle or whatever and like rule a place, kind of, sort of, at least in Baldur's Gate 2 you get to do that. It's weird, but they give you like quests to do that.
Huh.
And
Interesting.
like every class gets their own version of it. Even once it doesn't make much sense to, like Ranger. Which, by the way, is bugged. Alright. Ah, fucking flies. Flies are annoying.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah,
Oh
we
yeah,
got two more or three more guardians, and I should be able to get the strongest weapon.
oh yeah. Also,
Oh, what?
it's
No, that's yeah.
oh yeah, I was gonna say, it it's a bit of a story, but I actually have gifted a fairly nice refurbished gaming PC, which is nice. I can now
Nice.
play games I got from Humble Bundles or like from the Epic Game Store, like the free games. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. I'd love to play it someday, and now that's
Well,
the
now you
day.
can.
Yeah, but I think it has a weird issue where I I think its Wi-Fi isn't connecting, or its built-in Wi-Fi or whatever isn't connecting as well as my like old PC with the little Wi-Fi dongle it can. Cause it's like it's a bit weird with voice calls, like, and it's so funky, like how this thing has, you know, struggling to connect or whatever. Then again, I tried the OBS auto configuration wizard deal, and like, oh yeah, you can stream at like the upload speed of the 6,000 kilobits per second, the max that Twitch allows. Like, yeah, you can do that. And I'm like, can I? Because voice calls seem to have weird hiccups. And it's
Hey,
like, am I actually connecting that well? Which is so weird, but like, glad to be able to play the Pathfinder and some other games in the future.
I really wish that I could get around to streaming more on my own channel.
Yeah.
I have not streamed at all since that one King Arthur's World stream, and I'm halfway through the game. I need to finish that sometime. These things keep piling up, you know?
Oh yeah. I definitely know that.
Yeah. At this rate, I don't think I'm going to have the energy to stream this Friday, because it's going to be in between two things, like, in between something I'm doing tomorrow and something I'm doing on Saturday, which are, would take a bit of energy to do, you know?
Oh yeah. Uh,
It doesn't help that I've kind of got a cold right now, which I was terrified would turn out to be COVID, but no, it's definitely a cold.
okay, that's good.
Yeah, 'cause it's like, God, it would really suck to have gone to a big march and also turn out to have COVID in the next couple of days, because then it'd be like, oh, did I spread it to anyone? No, it's just a cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I don't actually talk politics in this server much because it'd be preaching to the choir.
Understandable.
Like, servers politics as a whole are somewhere to the left of gay space communism.
Yeah. God, sorry to be a nerd about it, but I still need to write that Fallout New
You
Vegas
really
fic
do.
because
I
I
need to
really,
write literally anything to falling behind
yeah.
on everything I'm writing.
Mm.
There's a fic that I started writing last year that was like it became something that actually still gets recommendations, like in the Your Turn to Die fandom. It's, oh, this is some really interesting takes on every character involved. It's one of my most kudos fics. I got 15 chapters in and lost all motivation to write it.
Oh no.
Or rather, I lost the momentum to do it. And then it's been like most of a year at this point, so I'd need to reread the fic to find out where I was.
Yeah, very
It
fair.
doesn't help that it's a deliberately very upsetting horror fic, so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I hope that you'll be able to work on it in time because
Yeah.
I also need
mean-
to
Yeah.
holding out hope that we'll both have the energy to write because I need to write my
It's less
series
the
of fics.
energy and more. I have ADHD. Like, this is something that is not really arguable at this point.
Mhm.
And it's completely impossible to get that medicated. The last time I went to the NHS, no, the last 3 times I went to the NHS, they referred me to a cognitive behavioral therapy specialist who I was actually somehow more qualified than, and then just refused to do anything the next 2 times.
Christ.
Maybe you could give CBT another go.
Goodness.
Yeah, and I always make gags about it's not the fun kind of CBT.
Yeah.
Yeah. Full of humor.
Yeah. Something. I can't wait until they develop cock and ball therapy. Anyway, God, what was I saying? Oh yeah, for those who may not know, I was like kind of thinking about for my role playing, going through New Vegas, thinking about like my courier being the type of person who isn't just gonna after beating the independent Vegas, like not after like kicking out the NCR or the Legion, just like resting on their laurels, like I am the Queen of Vegas now, but like being someone who's like an anarcho-communist who's like, look, I need to find out how to make sure that New Vegas can stay independent for basically ever, and that also like try to make this work so that we're not just it doesn't just dissolve or things just go to hell, and while also trying to make people's lives better while redeveloping like infrastructure, right? And like like she went into it not like I'm gonna rule Vegas, more like oh my god I have to do so much to take care of this territory.
Yeah, it's less, I'm in charge now, and more, oh, I'm responsible now. I need to do something about these problems.
Yeah. Which, it
Which
did
is
make
the
it
far
fun
more
to be like,
interesting way to do it, yeah.
yeah, and, oh yeah, this is a silly, side effect of that, of just taking all the gold bars from the Sierra Madre, not because of, just personal wealth, but more of like, hey, this is
Yeah.
probably enough, like, gold to be able to barter with other, like, countries or whatever, right?
Yeah, this is a nation's economy that
Yeah,
has just fallen into your lap.
and it's like, alright, me and this, like, a dolly I found are gonna make it out of the fucking, out of this vault. Like, let's go.
A
God,
And that's
which
not
I love that there's a stealth boy I mean, I am like personally, like I personally put it in my mind, like, okay, she like that she found a dolly in there because carrying 37 bars of gold would be
Yeah,
a
it has to have
lot.
gotten down there somehow.
Yeah, and just she found a dolly and she, oh, and in the vault there's like a stealth boy, like kind of squirreled away. So I'm like, oh, hey, this is useful. So it's just like I just the mental image of her invisible, just trying to stealthily push a fucking dolly filled with gold, while Father Elijah is just like just trying to get in there and just like trying to sneak around
Gets in
him. It's
there,
really
finds a
funny.
completely empty vault, boots up the terminal and locks himself in.
Yep. No, I forgot. Why did he want to go into the vault?
Well, he doesn't care about the money. He
Like, is it
cares
just
about
because of the gold?
the terminal in there. I think to download the like control stuff for
Um,
the rest of the technology there. I cannot remember.
that sounds right because, like, yeah, that sounds
Like
like
that
something you'd
was
want.
his plan in the long term. Is he doesn't care about the money. He cares about the technology that's there because if he had that and it was fully under his control, he could just conquer the entire wasteland.
Oh yeah,
Because
for
one of
sure.
those
Like,
holographic
especially those
guards
holograms.
can take on dozens of people at once, as long as the projector isn't visible, you know? Which is very easy to hide.
Yeah. Yeah, and the fact that the projector for these holograms don't even need, it can be behind walls. It's called a projector, but
Yeah.
it doesn't actually have to
Then there's the
be.
fog that kills you, and, you know, everything else.
Yeah. So good.
Plus the, like, actual replicators that they have, more or
Or,
less. Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah, I love that DLC.
any one of those, or the vault full of gold, like, any one of them is a game changer in some different way.
Yeah.
Like, if you have, like, if your character wouldn't be able to duplicate that technology or wouldn't, like, know how to get it out of there, they can still take the gold with them. As much as the game
Oh yeah.
discourages you doing that and you need to kind of cheat.
Yeah.
Because that's not even kind of money you flash around.
Oh yeah.
That's the kind of money you keep squirreled away, and then like 5 chapters in, you have, okay, guys, we're going to need a huge amount of money to do this. Don't tell anyone. This is the room in the Lucky 38. It's just got all the gold bars. And it's like, you can't just bring all of those out because you will get everyone in the entire wasteland trying to kill you for that money. But if you're subtle about it, you can really leverage that, you know?
Oh yeah.
In game, of course, it's next to worthless because nobody can make change for them.
There's
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, there's like 2 vendors in the game, one's DLC, that could.
Yeah, that's the money that can
Yeah.
clear out everyone's stock. It's useless at that point in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, there's only a few weapons that are that expensive that, like, you'd really get, anything,
Yeah, money isn't
So
really a
worth it.
concern by the time you leave that casino anyway, so you don't even need to steal all of that.
Oh yeah. Oh, and just to give you all a heads up, just at random times it feels like my connection goes from like in green. It's not even showing me the ping to like red. So if I'm taking a while to respond to something, that is very much why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of technical difficulties tonight.
Yep.
Yeah. Technical
Uh,
difficulties, my whole eh, illness thing. I don't usually get sick, is the thing. Yeah. Ah well. It's not like a whole lot of people are watching this anyway. You pick up more on the people watching the videos as far as I know.
Yeah.
which still the bad thing, and by the way, it's appreciated.
Yeah, if you're
Ah.
watching the video, please leave a comment. You are seen. We see you.
Always.
Oh, you know what? I guess one more thing I wanted to mention about that Pathfinder game is that in like the early part, I'm still in the early part of the game, but like, and like, oh no, the mansion's under attack. No, yeah, this is a bit of a spoiler, I guess, but it's like it's more fun and it doesn't really have too big of a consequence afterwards. But it's like, there's a part where it does the thing that a lot of fantasy games do. It's like, oh, we're under attack. We had to go. Like, oh, there's the guard's armory. We can take some weapons and like armor from there to help like defend it, right? And I found a really good weapon in there since I was a kind of uh mostly dex base like uh character between, but I still have invested in strength, so I can still swing a sword good or whatever. And I found a composite bow, which in Pathfinder and 3.5e, it's like you get to add your strength modifier to the shots you make with the bow, which is its whole deal. I was like, oh hey, this is really good for me. Like nice, right? But anyway, you know how I said like there's someone who betrays you? Part of their thing uh, is that they're like, oh yeah, well, so and so, raided the castle's armory, and it's like, because like they were there with you, and it's like, oh, you son of a gun, you, oh, I'm like, damn, I'm like, I'm like, heard that, like, oh, huh, I did do that, like, I did do that is the thing. And it's just great to just kind of flip that on the head, like if someone like,
Yeah,
oh
you
no,
absolutely
obviously you're
did
the
that.
traitor. And it's like, I did do that. Yeah.
Reminiscing fondly. Ah,
Like, look, we were
yes, I
under
did do
attack.
that.
We were under fucking attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is funny because there's a part where you see some of the assassins, like the mercenaries come in to attack, like looking for like a cache, like oh, like lady whatever's like cache is around here, and then you can solve a little puzzle. It took me about 10 minutes to solve the puzzle, to like get it and get a little bit of goodies. Like I don't think there was anything too special there, but I'm like, oh, cool, I got some stuff I could sell. That's nice. And it's funny that like the character doesn't bring that up. That like like oh, we spent 10 minutes moving around like interacting with statues to make to make to make them all have the same arms raising or lowered. Like just take from the ladies cash or whatever.
Okay, the sword looks good.
Nice.
Or
Yeah.
it might not be a sword, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of are weird about defining weapons in the early SMT games, but whatever. It's the melee
I mean,
weapon slot.
Yeah, that's fine. Honestly. Also, I think I've heard about. I think I'm vaguely familiar with the name of that weapon due to a free-to-play little game I used to play on my like phone ages ago. Like that was about like kind of not exactly idle. Like you had to keep tapping the screen while your little character throws different like weapons, and like all your weapons were based off of like myth, kind of folklore, like mythological weapons or whatever. And I think it's a type of spear.
Yeah, it looks like might be one of those one of those God, what was it called again? Norse mythology weapons.
Ah, yeah, for sure.
Just the way it's spelled, it's yeah.
Yeah. Now, shout out to the Norse culture for everything that's done for Japanese role-playing games. You know what? I guess speaking of that, it's still wild to me that. Yeah, right?
Reiko can't die right now.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, I was gonna say, what was it? Oh yeah, it's still wild to me that there's, Sephiroth, named after, like, something from, like, medieval Jewish folklore, I think, if I remember correctly.
He's named after Sephiroth, which I
Sephiroth.
think
Ah,
is
yeah.
Kabbalah. Yeah. Let me just link this. Sephiroth redirects here for the main antagonist in Final Fantasy VII. This would take a lot of explanation that I don't think I could do on stream,
Yeah, fair.
so I'm not going to.
Okay, this is better. We're remaking progress, although I didn't get those levels yet. Maybe the game takes pity on you, depending on, like, resets. Okay, let's save game position. Feel like everything's faded away. Of course you wouldn't understand. Okay!
Okay.
God. Let's try mood on. That's some good sword animation. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's right. I don't have the better sword that I got.
Oh yeah.
This is just great. Hopefully I'll get lucky again. Or I just manage to get my guardians high enough that I can get the best weapon. Turn to stone? This poison, this I don't have any to stones. Fuck my life.
Oh.
Hopefully this protects us against stonings.
Yeah.
It's supposed to protect against instant death.
Yeah.
If I go back, I can go to a healing fountain, but... Yeah, fucking... Don't walk across my screen, fly.
Eight flies.
Summoned Beelzebub.
Ah, god damn it. Thankfully, I don't think he's in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is actually the super boss of the first SMT.
Huh.
Interestingly, in the first Megami Tensei, he, in the NES version, he is literally the size of a fly, which basically means it's a blank screen.
That's such a good gag.
Yeah.
I'm remembering the Smash Brothers fight against Nessie's dad, who is invisible because he's not there. He's an absent parent.
God, that's really
God.
funny.
And
Yeah, in the game you only get to call him, right?
Yeah, he's only on the phone. In the end credits, he's just the phone.
his, like, assist thing is just the phone. Griffin is unlucky. Oh, Griffin.
No.
Well,
Oh. Yeah, I just now remembered that last night, well, I really should have gone to bed sooner, but I was like, oh, I was so excited about tabletop stuff that I posted like an idea I had for a play-by-post game. Cause like, you know what? Because there's a game called Godbound, which is pretty cool in a lot of aspects, but there's parts of it I'm kind of about. But like, no, I do like Fate, and I'd be interested in seeing how that goes by a play-by-post game. But like, no, I think there's a lot that can be done here because it's more narrative focused, and Godbound is a game that is cares a lot about like trying to tie characters to the setting and whatnot. And, like, I think it'd be easier to do what I want in Fate. Because again, I mentioned before, Fate's the kind of game where if you want to do something like a bit unusual, like, oh, I want to do suppressive fire or whatever, then like there doesn't have to be a whole new rule section for it, or you can just do it. And it's like, oh boy, having weird connection stuff. Actually, can y'all hear me? 'Cause
yeah,
my connection was in red
I
for a
can hear you
second.
fine.
Yeah, he only
Okay.
cut out a second.
Ah, that's really obnoxious. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or just this computer can't connect that well, despite everything. Uh, anyway, uh, love to get a wired connection at some point. But yeah, right. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be really fun to do. But it's there's still some D&D isms in the Godbound because it's ultimately still a kind of classic D&D inspired game in a lot of aspects. Like hell, your armor class is the thing where the lower value is better because the author Kevin Smith really loves that. But yeah, there's some things I saw in there, like some damage values, right, for different types of weapons, and I appreciate that they kind of categorize them in ways like like a one-handed sword or whatever, two-handed sword, instead of like having to get real specific with each one, but like they all have the same damage die anyway. But I saw like there's like fists, just unarmed fists, like by default is like 1d2, and I'm like, that's nothing. Like, why would even who would even pick that? Like there's an option for being a god of like strength or something, where it's like your damage die becomes a 1d10 with like or something while like unarmed, and like that's cool. But it's like, no, I feel like there's like other things I can poke at to make it better. But yeah, oh yeah, some of the D&Dism is that it's like, oh, your movement speed is like 30 feet per combat turn or combat per turn, and I'm like, man, I'd rather do something where it's like starting off you're like maybe moving more like human like speeds, but once y'all like get more powerful, then you're just like able to zoom across a battlefield because you're a god. Like hell, even in the default Godbound, like eventually, like early on, a beholder may be a threat to like your your party of like demigods, but then like they could probably fight an entire army of like beholders like later on, and not break much of a sweat.
Yeah.
Like it has power. Like you scale very strongly, right? Like the stakes are bigger because of that too. Of like for a lot of things at least. And it's like, no, why are we still stuck with, oh, you move 30 feet per turn? Like, that's your movement rate. Because they use suggestions like, oh, what if you want your character to be a dragon? Where it's like you become like a dragon or something, and like, oh, maybe you can have like choose these options to represent like your divine powers and like being the dragon. Like, oh, maybe like the picking the divine word of like fire and wealth or whatever to represent that. But also you're still moving at the 30 feet 30 feet per turn. Like you still have that even if you're playing as a dragon, and I'm like, why? Like, why even suggest that if you're gonna look, no, you gotta move this fast because D&D goes at this you know moves like this. And I'm like, I think there'd be more interesting ways to do it. But yeah, no, I guess, yeah, if you're in the Discord or you want to join the Discord, like, well, let me post a link, invite people,
Yeah.
copy, wait, thing, uh, like, but, yeah, it's like, yeah, no, it's something I'm wondering about doing, if anyone's curious, because yeah, I think it'd be fun, and also like I'd struggle to set up the time like to devote for a more like a voice chat game or whatever. But I think like play by post, like yeah, I think to manage that we'd have to figure out like to make sure the game's running like some sort of minimum post rate. But we can like finagle that to be like, oh, how how much can people devote for this? And because yeah, I still remember the game I joined. It's like, oh, we're play by post. I'm like, all right, and then there's something happening early on. I'm like, oh, it's a few posts, but I'm like, I can check it out then. I'm like, I'll come back to it later, and there's like hundreds of messages in that in multiple Discord channels, and I'm like, I can't keep up. Like, what? Like, excuse me? Like, like, at that point, it feels less like play by post and just like whenever the DM's on. Which I guess was fun for the people, who were playing, but it's like, it felt like I was left in the dust, which is a weird thing to feel in a play-by-post game. Yeah. Yeah, like, now would either of y'all be interested in that? Might as well ask while we're chatting here.
I don't think I'm consistent enough to do that.
Well, it's a play by post. It's if you don't know, it's like people would play by like email and stuff, where it's like, okay, we can't really set the time to consistently play normal sessions, but well, we can like either on forums or email or whatever, like keep it going at like a pace that's that we can all keep up with.
So this boss is interesting. Because of that.
God.
Yeah, this is like a unique encounter at this point. So I think he's supposed to be a boss, but I don't think he was programmed the correct way to be a boss.
That sounds about right.
Don't.
It's always really funny when they forget to give a boss immunities.
Turns out it's weak to instant death.
Yeah.
Yeah, so magic isn't working great against this guy. Or guns.
Huh. Interesting.
Troll has no skills. Okay, return.
Wow.
This guy does have, like, a good drop, so... Vulcan kick! Wanna Tarunda it. Yeah, I guess Oimi isn't very useful in this fight.
Yeah.
Need to fuse some better demons. Oh, right! This character doesn't have that demon. I'm thinking of it, of my Charlie run where I had,
No, your mind is still in the other timeline.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's a lot of experience.
Oh yeah.
Like, to level up twice even.
Oh wow. That's huge. Like you're at, like what, level 40? Yeah.
Did I get its drop?
Hope so.
I hope I didn't have too many items. That and it might not. It might have been a chance drop instead. I... Or wait, did that say it didn't work at all, or that... Okay, it's dodging, so it does work, it's just not working very well.
Very fair. Oh god. I just saw something on Tumblr while quickly browsing through there. Of, great. What's her name? Give me a sec. It's, you know what? I might as well just post in voice chat. That'd be faster.
Flies.
Oh, just, great. How am I forgetting his name? Like, they're from the Adventure Bros.
If I
Like
was a
the...
chick, I'd let my bros hit it whenever they want. Buddy, I've got news for you. You could be letting the boys hit it right now. They keep saying no. That's Rusty Venture. And Dr. Girlfriend, later Dr. Mrs. the Monarch,
Yeah.
who is somehow actually, like, she has a deeper voice than I can do, but it feels natural for her. Like, she's a really well-written character who just at first glance looks like this horrible stereotype. Or at least sounds like. God, So the thing about Venture Brothers is, when it's good, it's really good. There's some stuff in it that I'm like, oh yeah, I can't actually recommend this to anyone.
Mud spill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Gira McCullough. Oh, I know this guy. Okay, bye.
Oh, I know him. You flatter him, say his name, and he leaves.
Didn't feel like sticking around. I understand. I understand. Oh yeah, I am unequipped with the gun. Also, sealed, but that character doesn't use magic, so... This is one of those, there's a correct path and everything else is... just sends you back to the start of the maze, at least. Of this maze.
Uh-huh.
I'll think about it later. Forget, is Wilder in the neutral category? Is it dark? Oh yeah, that's dark. Oh no, that... Well, they keep the whole demon races in the same categories. Wait. No, this is just a list of bosses, not the demons. Wait, yeah, okay. Yeah, welder. Yeah, it's dark. Can't recruit by talking.
Ah, damn.
And load state. Okay. School, 6th floor. School, 7th floor. Yes, the school needs this many floors.
Yeah? Wait. Yeah, you said 7th, right?
Yeah. He turned the school into Wayside School.
Yeah, it got 7 floors.
8, 9.
That'd be so obnoxious. This is why college campuses are spread out, or else you'd have like everyone in a building, fucking 10 floors in it, for all the fucking classes.
Yep, we're on the 10th floor. Thankfully, this is the last floor. You're in no condition to use magic.
Sorry, I got distracted for a bit while looking at Twitter, and apparently apparently at some point someone probably like, oh, who would win in a fight, the Powerpuff Girls or Omni-Man from, the comic and the show Invincible, and it's just someone posted a clip from the show and like, oh man. And like I think it was from like an account for like Hanna-Barbera like clips, and people were just quote
Yeah.
retweeting that like, oh, they're gonna cook Omni-Man, like he can't do it, like
Yeah, straight up. Like, they run off cartoon logic, he runs off comic book logic. There is a difference. I see
wait,
you
the team
finally
member?
made it this far. You were the first to have made it here, aside from the other guys, and I'm quite happy that you came all this way just to see me. I'd love to show you some first-rate hospitality. As you can see, there's nothing here. Why, you ask? That's because only the things I allow are here. So what does that mean? Simple. I don't need anything. Except the desk, the couch, the 2 tables, 2 plant pots. It's all worthless garbage, not fit to be dealt with. It's only natural that it should vanish like the unnecessary filth that it is.
So why is Dr. Kayama still left in the infirmary?
Shut up. Reiko, you just think you know all there is to know about me, don't you? You pathetic fool. You entertained me for a while, but now I have no more need of you. Vanish and die like everything else.
Stop! I didn't come here to fight you. I came here to help you.
Silence. Shut your mouth.
I'm just talking about Shaft.
Then I can dig it. Shaft. Ah, I can't even do that right now. Ah, I have no vocal range at the moment.
Mood.
Also, yeah, the music is perfectly paced for this cutscene. And then you press the fight button, and it resets.
Oh. Oh dear.
Hmm.
Also, his sprite does look cool when he's in Demon Emperor
Yeah.
mode, but it's still like the pathetic guy underneath that, and I think that's beautiful that you don't get to see him like this until now. So it's like, oh, this is still just some like school kid who's an asshole to everyone, who's willing to sacrifice everyone else just for his own sake, and built the Sloth Dungeon. Unforgivable crime.
Now it's counting the Rasta candy is used.
Weird.
Yeah, that... If you weren't here for the first part, it weirdly wasn't counting the Rasta candy as used even when both characters were using it. It only counts the one use. But yeah, water.
Yeah. Goodness.
Oh boy. Okay, well it missed anyway. Tarunda. Oh boy.
No, is it just me, or does that crown remind you of like the Statue of Liberty or something?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
with like how like ridiculously huge
Yeah.
those spikes go for.
can't believe we're fighting the Statue of Liberty. Death to America!
You know?
But like, completely unironically, the Powerpuff Girls win against Omni-Man.
Yeah. Like, God, in that like thread, like people were talking about like Vegeta versus RL from like the Doctor Slump manga. I think that happened in like
Yeah,
Super, and he's like, "Oh,
oh,
she's a gag
she's from
character."
a gag anime, so she's immune to all my usual tricks. Look over there, punts her like a football.
Yeah, and it's so good because it's just Vegeta
Yeah.
versus like some small child. It's like, oh no, I can't win. She's from a gag manga. She's too
In the
powerful.
same way that One Punch Man versus anybody else, you get the situation, One Punch Man wins in one punch, like that's his thing. Unless it's funnier for the other person to win through some ridiculous happenstance. You can't beat him by being, oh yeah, I'm this powerful because I fought a god, and I have these many abilities. You have to be funnier than him. You have to be the comedy option to win that.
Yeah. God. Great. I haven't read the whole thing, but or
Yeah?
read One Punch Man, but shout out to like I forget what they call him or his hero name, but like there's a guy whose whole thing is that he looks really cool and he's like a kind of older like gentleman, and like oh like he like whenever there's danger, it sounds like he's like revving up or something, and people are like oh he's so strong, you got to be careful, but it's the only but the true thing is that's just like the sound he makes when he's like panicking. And like anytime like villains have been defeated around him, it's been One Punch Man, but then he like leaves or something, and like it's like oh this really cool looking guy with like an X scar across his face. Obviously he's the hero, and he's like yeah, ah, mm-hmm. And I think like I remember looking through the wiki one time, and it's like he eventually meets up with the guy, and like his normal day-to-day thing is just he kind of just chills in his apartment and like plays video games or whatever. Because it's like he was never like trying to be a hero. Just people made him into one, and like oh for being this high rank hero like in the setting, it's like oh here's you get like a like he gets paid. Like it's basically a job
Yeah, it's a sweet gig if you can get it.
to just be intimidating looking and be on the verge of a panic attack if danger happens, and hope something and hope someone and hope that deters people or whatever. But he's just kind of chill, like And Sadama's just like, no, that's fair, that's fine. Like, have a good day. He's just fine with it, and it's still just funny to think about of just guy who panics, but like his panic response sounds like he's charging an attack, so everyone just like oh fuck, he's charging a super attack, and it's just like on the verge of like panic or whatever. Like that's just so funny. Love it. But yeah, love I mean those I think we've talked about we have talked about it before, but it's still always funny about like oh who would wouldn't fight Goku or Superman, and stuff like that, where it's like well like you're not taking apart like their narratives, right, like what they're about, into like the discussion where people try to make it like a D&D thing where like, well, by listing their specific powers listed in the wiki on their character sheet, you know, i.e. their wiki, we can determine who is objectively the stronger hero, and it's like, I mean, I'd rather be like, would they be, I think a funnier thing is like, could they hang out? I think, like, I think Superman and Goku can hang out. I don't know, like, what all they would talk about though. Like, then again, what is Goku into that isn't just fighting people? Like, that's
I mean,
now that
I figure
it's
they
been so
both
long.
have like really strong opinions on food, and they'd
Oh,
exchange like, "Oh, this recipe that I like." Not necessarily that they cook, but they both, you know, they're both fairly big eaters.
yeah.
They
No, I think,
have like it, they have fairly similar upbringings in some senses, in that they're well. Goku just does have Superman's backstory, really. He was raised by one kindly old man instead of a couple, you know?
yeah. Yeah, you do have a point there.
So they'd probably have more in common than you'd think.
Yeah.
But straight up in the, oh, who would win in a fight, it's like, it doesn't matter. The, like, the only situation where you'd get them like fighting each other is kind of a, okay, we just put you in an arbitrary tournament bracket, and then it comes down to like, it's not really an interesting question to ask at that point, is it? Because it comes down to what makes the story better.
No, the one time where I've seen it interesting, I never read it, but I saw a panel from it or page, was from a comic crossover of the original Star Trek, the original series, and also X-Men, where uh,
Oh,
great, I'm
yeah.
blanking. What? How am I blanking on his name? Spock. Spock does the Vulcan neck pinch on Wolverine and makes him pass out. And like, no, that was fun. Just like, no, I
And like,
do like seeing that. That's silly.
Wolverine does have super regeneration, like he has his healing factor. It doesn't mean anything if you can knock him out, which quite a few characters can do.
Yeah.
And if Spock gets the drop on him, then that's it.
Yeah.
He's in X-Men canon kind of susceptible to psychic attacks for the same reason, in that he just doesn't have a defense against them. I mean, in fairness, attacking him with just barrage of psychic energy will probably make him go berserk and start killing people, but you know.
Yeah.
Wolverine jumps into attack and you go, sleep! And he just falls down.
Hitting people with the EP attack.
Nap attack!
Learning the Vulcan death grip to use on myself so I can sleep. Isn't the nerve pinch? It's the knockout one.
Yeah, the nerve pinch.
Oh,
is
better not get them confused.
Oh no.
It was actually kind of hoping he would use debilitate more so that I could power up my guys including Baphomet, who I just summoned, and Ares
Uh,
too. Wake up! Oh, sorry.
God, isekai naming chat has had some real winners this week.
Ah!
God, yeah. No, I'm surprised they didn't make that into a just a made up isekai title of guy who returned from the demon realm after his quest was over and lives a normal life. The office worker, despite being
He's
level
just an
99.
NPC, he's not important. I mean, I
I
think
think
we've
it's
done that as a
important
made up
because
title a couple of
note to yourself.
times.
No, that's fair.
At least something adjacent to it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, God, I'm looking at the NPCs and it's like, nuclear device wired to his heart. Just in case you get tired of his wacky pranks, try to ice him. You okay?
Cat knocked over some things.
Oh, okay.
That's
Because yeah, I heard cans fall over, and I'm like, oh,
And
Things
she's
are in
attacking
order
my
in the
arm.
start flying.
factory.
Did
I
it?
can't
Oh
even
no.
imagine gay Chad losing.
Hey, Chad. God.
Like, I could have waited until later in the day, booted up my desktop, and then just put together, like, in the correct font. I can't even imagine gay Chad losing. I don't think it's worth the effort for the job. Just
Fair.
crudely pasted it in
God,
there.
sorry. Look. I mean, that adds to the charm. But also looking at the pinned NPCs, and we have guy who cannot place Illinois on a map, and it's like God, and love that Tequila Zaku. Love that.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yeah, that's fair. Like Tequila's from like what, Germany,
In
right?
fairness, I couldn't place Illinois in a map.
Fair. Like ask me to put like like
Ask me to
uh,
put things of a country in the UK. Wales on
like
the map.
states, does the
Yeah.
UK have states? Like, cause I know there's. I mean, like I know I can put down like Wales, like Ireland, Northern Ireland, and Scotland and England on the map of the UK. But I must say, I know like asked me to put like German states on the map, and I couldn't. Like I actually lived there for a
Yeah,
little bit, but I was really young,
if
so
we
I
ask
didn't
you to
learn
put
any of it.
European countries there, you'd run out of them eventually. You just not know where half of them went.
Yeah, especially a lot of the really smaller ones that I don't really know too well. Like, like tell me where to put like ask me to put like Scandinavia in the right order. It's over. Like that's not happening. God, I still remember reading the comics like Scandinavia. What was it called? It's unfortunate. Like it's unfortunately made by someone who is a big tool. But like the comic was all right overall, but very much unfortunately inspired by Hetalia.
God, Italia.
Um, but thankfully not focused on fucking like Nazis or whatever, unlike Hetalia. God. But yeah, no, it was a silly comic. Uh, Oh yeah, it's called Scandinavia and the World. That's a comic. But this artist also made the fucking like what was it like some nerd girl looking at like a beefy guy like like guys like him only want like bimbos or whatever, and then like some
Why can't girls like that like
nerdy
nice
boy like
guys?
like girls like it like her
Yeah.
yeah. And then
It
like I
just
think it
always
circles
pans
around.
across the last one, which is something completely insane.
Why do they see the something something?
Yeah, I mean I think the actual comic ends with like just like the beefy guy like, oh man, why can like why does the like nerdy girl never like try talking to me, like how come I can never like talk to her or whatever. But like everyone put in their own weird edits, but like yeah, you have a weird history of things, unfortunately. But yeah, I remember reading that as a teen, and I learned a bit about Scandinavia and Europe because of it. Hooray! Uh, Also unfortunate, like, well, there's some unfortunate like things in there, but like overall it seemed fine. So I was kind of like surprised when some less savory things happened. I was like, oh, but I'm trying to think. What do I remember about that? I know it was something. Um, Actually, no, I can't recall anything at the moment. Now that I'm actively thinking about it, which tends to be how it goes. Oh yeah, she also had a comic that I'd also read, like sometimes, where it's about like this couple, this bisexual couple, and their third, who's just some like assassin guy, like some assassin pretty boy guy that they only learned about afterwards. And that was like a thing. Trying to think, what did I remember? Funnily enough, the one comic I remember the most was that it's like the assassin guy was at like a furry convention, and like, you know, did a hit on someone, and like, okay, what fursuit were they wearing? It's like, oh, I think it might have been a wolf. Like, okay, there's like, you know, maybe like a dozen people that came in. Well, oh, actually, I think it might have been a fox. Go, there's hundreds of foxes.
There
Like,
are
yeah.
hundreds of foxes. I think it's like statistically one of the most common persona types.
Oh yeah, I'd believe it. Foxes do have a lot going for them. They go, yep. They're funny little pals. They have the bright orange colors, and I mean, and there's a whole bunch of different foxes. The big poofy tails. Yeah, foxes are neat, little critters, so that makes sense. That a lot of people flocked to the foxes. Wait, I want to just look at the Scandinavia and the World comic, and I think it's still going. Like I'd have to check. Like when did this come out? Oh my god. Yeah, looking at some of these comics that came out January 23rd. Also, while looking at this comic, I learned that a U.S. A U.S. Air Force B-52 bomber airplane carrying 4 nukes crashed close to Greenland in 1968. They found 3 of the bombs. Lovely. But yeah, no, that's wild. I didn't think that comic was still going.
Yeah, there's comics that I thought ended in the 90s that like, a couple of them I've recently found, oh, this is still going. A couple of the Image
All right,
comics.
beat
Was it
him.
Image?
Oh,
Okay. How am I talking so slow? How could I be defeated? I don't understand.
Tammy's group got Ring of Salvation. Poor Elio. I wanted to help you. So much I wanted to help you. Ah, the Ring of Salvation is glowing. Gave off a flash of light. This is Demon Emperor Haizama's Elio's mind. The power of the Ring of Salvation is drawing us into the inner reaches of his soul. Think we can come?
Oh, we're in his head now?
Think we can come back here? We can return to the outside world. Since the mental world and the expanse are still intact, must mean that he still needs help.
We're going to psychonaut him?
we're going to Psychonaut him.
Yep. This is the final dungeon. This for real
Oh.
this time. Only accessible on Reiko's route.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Yumi's route, that fight is the end. Okay. Where's the map for the mine dungeon?
Yeah.
Oh no, there it
Enter
is.
the Demon Lord's Mind Palace. Yeah. So, anyway, I recently saw like a panel on a like bad comics art Tumblr from a comic that I assumed had ended in the 90s because it was an Image Comics one, contemporary with Spawn.
Oh, wow.
And that kind of like that phase of comics being, you know, very edgy in that particular way kind of died out. It was a fad. Except I'm looking at that panel and going, oh, this. I think it was Savage Dragon is the one. And of course, the art still looks terrible.
I am alone in this world. I am always. Wait, no, this is Mary.
This is the
Fuck.
Demon Lord. I am alone in this world. I am always alone. Nobody loves me, and I don't love anyone.
I'm kind of getting these flashbacks in a reverse order. Or at
This
least
isn't his mind palace. This is his Tumblr account.
What is a Tumblr account but a palace? Oh hey, it's Loki.
Yes, I have Loki inside my head. I've been thinking too much about my MCU shipping.
Oh, no. God.
Okay, just seeing if we can recruit.
Man, I was there on Tumblr at the height of that, of just so much art of Tony
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
Tony Stark and Captain America. Steve, that's his name. So much art of that. God, the thing that got me the most was like people making art of like Steve and Tony like raising Spider-Man. Like, hey, he has a family. They are
He
very
does have a
important to
family,
him.
like, yeah, it's just what happened to Aunt May in this situation?
Uh, there
What
are
happened to Uncle Ben?
there are comics where he does date Aunt May, but then when War Day happened, and
Wait, where
What?
Iron
What?
Man dates
Iron Man?
Aunt May?
I
no,
couldn't.
Is
not.
that
What?
what I'm
I
hearing?
think
uh,
I think Jarvis, who was human in the
Oh yeah,
comics,
Jarvis in the comics is human, yeah.
does
He's a
date
guy.
Aunt May.
I
Huh?
think that
Interesting.
might have happened. I genuinely don't know. It sounds like something that would have happened.
It happened and then was undone by One More Day.
Yeah, Spider-Man sold his marriage to the devil to undo that.
God.
But no, specifically the reason it would have been undone is not actually to do with the whole undoing the marriage thing, but it's the undoing revealing his secret identity,
Yep.
which was a whole other thing that also happened at the start of One More Day. It was teased out for I'm sorry, start of Brand New Day. It was teased out for over a year before it was revealed. Oh yeah, this happened in exactly the way that you assumed it did in the first month of these comics. Yeah. Which effectively does kind of undo the last 20 years of Spider-Man continuity.
God.
It was divisive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aunt May has also notably dated Dr. Octopus and J. Jonah Jameson's father, who is also named J. Jonah Jameson, except it's just the name J. It's not an initial.
Homer
God.
J. Simpson.
Or whatever his name is, he introduced himself as, just call me J. And it's never, like it never gives a further name for it. To be fair, he's an okay character. Notably, he does die during an arc with the jackal in it, and it doesn't get cloned. Like, specifically, he does not. Because, there are some people that you don't bring back from the dead.
That would have just made that saga even more of a mess than it already was.
Yeah, that is specifically Dead No More the Clone Conspiracy, which is exactly as much of a mess as you think it is, but honestly, I'm down for that take on the Jackal. Like, the Scarlet Spider following on from that was actually really entertaining. So, like, when the Jackal shows up, you just go, okay, everything's gonna be complete nonsense for like half a year, don't worry about it.
A much better weapon.
God.
Flowing sword sucks so hard. I only really changed it because it was better than what I was using before.
Oh, completely off topic, but like, there's been a tweet by John Romero talking about Happy Native American Heritage Month. To read it, my culture is important to me and influences my designs, particularly my level designs. We didn't go away; we're still here, influencing art, culture, science, and tech. Doom is indigenous design, and lists his cultures. Great. And Cherokee, and wow, I never knew that. It was Native American. But yeah, that's so cool. But yeah, sorry for that sudden intro. But like, yeah, it just felt relevant to mention here, just due to the fact that like I never knew that before, right?
Right.
Like it never gets mentioned about him.
Yeah. God, I'm seeing multiple posts on Twitter right now saying, hey, Biden's Catholic, right? He's a practicing Catholic. And then pinging the Pope and saying, you have the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. Like,
Huh?
actually excommunicating a president would be the ultimate power move.
Oh god, that would be. But it's
And it would be completely
Mm.
justified in this case.
yeah.
I mean,
But at the same
there's.
time, the Catholic Church would never.
It wouldn't, but it would be so funny if they did.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, that's not happening.
For a
I'm
bunch of
fine with it being a
reasons.
joke.
I could try and Martin Carr him. Nope, I can't.
Uh,
I am getting lots of EXP and Guardian points.
that's good.
I might have to leave and come back. Though.
Yeah.
Going to try to at least get as much of the story before doing that.
Yeah.
Gensha.
Well, that's sprite
Or
design.
Ganesh.
Or Ganesh.
That is a
Nice.
really good sprite.
You gotta be joking.
Ganesha. Ganesha? Ganesh. can never actually remember the correct way to say that is.
I think that first one was it. Hey, you hear? That Hazama, can you believe it? Yeah, seriously. He'll hear you. That's what I thought, but unbelievable to think that. Nah, I was sure that.
Okay. No lines from him. I guess they can't believe something.
Yeah, we'll find out in time, I suppose. Oh,
Oh,
like, I know. Oh,
it's near your left leg tap.
You're a Lafayette. Say what you will, but all of those years between this game and Sucker for Love did Auntie Nyan Nyan a lot of good.
oh yeah, absolutely. Love that. Eldritch Catgirl Cougar.
Fuck you. And the thing is, he's like immune to he reflects magic naturally.
Of course.
Except for this, he doesn't reflect that. He's also a major character in Persona 2 and 1, actually. Exhaled sharply. Oh, it's supposed to raise all allies' defense and magic. Okay. That's what that does. Oh, she is high enough to die. Not all that useful skills, but
Got, now, please check the voice chat at your nearest convenience because I saw a really great thumbnail that, while searching for images of Auntie Nyan, of just what looks like some catgirl VTuber or whatever, just like, hello, playing Suck for Love with Auntie Nyan in cover, and like, just like, Ayo, Auntie Nyan? And just the title of the video is Auntie Nyan looking kind of bad though. Sucker for Love Stream Part 5, and it's like, yeah. God, I love how many of these there are of just YouTube thumbnails of people be like hi, like OMG, hi, like hey, just like oh wow, because yeah, no, Antonanian's hot, and I'm glad we all agree on this.
Yeah, I saw it. There's one video game cat girl I'm already just walked in. And hey, speaking of,
Tyrant Hecate.
No, nice.
Hecate is one of those goddesses that's really particularly popular with modern day witches.
Oh, for sure.
As in anyone that like talks about her, I'm just assuming is the most like pop culture version of that knowledge. Eh,
Mary the Rabbit coming in here with Hecate like gatekeeping.
yeah,
can't believe she's gatekeeping the cat girls.
gatekeeping cat girls. I'm not even the gatekeeper. I'm the gaslighter.
Still love those titles we gave ourselves.
Yeah. Ironically, I'm not gaslighting anyone about anything anymore. I mean, in fairness, I wasn't to begin with, but I'm not just like outright lying about a lot of stuff now. Watch out, demons put up a magic wall.
Okay, gonna have to load game. Maybe make. She hits for quite a lot. That's why we have final guards. Just gonna do a Tarukaja as well.
God, I forgot I muted myself. But I was gonna say I was looking through our profiles and I saw that Mary has Gaslighter, I have Gatekeeper, and James has Girl Boss, Gaslighter, and Gatekeeper.
Oh, did you pick up all three of them at some point?
I think so.
We also seasoned her with herbs and spices.
Yeah.
Which is an in-joke from another chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, acid has that because they're meat pronouns.
Yeah.
Oh. Is that elephant again? Yoma Ganesha.
I think Yoma means he's recruitable.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Yoma. Oh, I am not high enough level to recruit anyway.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
he is 57. And I'm like 50. Thankfully,
Oh.
he is vulnerable to some things that I can do to him. Oh, he has Diaharn. Oh, right, full moon.
Ah.
Ugh.
Down.
Hey.
Yeah.
Where's... There it is.
Ah, man, I know this is never gonna happen, but now I really think we should try and get Joe Biden excommunicated.
That would be so good.
Like, if this doesn't get you kicked out, nothing can.
Yeah.
The church ain't good. Catholic Church. The Pope is not. Historically has not been great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
God, I
there's a
still
ton
know.
of things he has done nothing about.
Yep.
Okay. This might be more deal-withable.
Oh, need hurry.
Really?
Nidhogger?
Isn't
Chomp, chomp.
isn't this
Good.
the worm that eats the world or whatever in Norse mythology? I know there's a video game based
Yeah.
on, where it's like you have to fight like
Which
it's
one
like
is
duels to like in honor of the worm or something like that. It's very silly.
Dragon who gnaws at the root of the world tree.
Uh,
It is high level.
Mm-hmm. Not to be confused with Jormungandr, the world serpent.
But it does not have Diahan. Yeah, this does less damage than the other two guys.
wow.
Oh, there's 3 of them.
Ah.
Yeah, Megidola stones. I am glad I bought those. I managed to get 1 to sleep. That's one. So I'm thinking about running back to the entrance. Strength. Very.
Doctor, I can't take it anymore. Nobody loves me.
Isn't it like you? Pull yourself together, Hasama.
Doctor, hold me, console me, please.
Stop it, Hasama, stop it. Listen, Hasama, you're a student. I'm a teacher. You can't do this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so those guys might have been talking about that.
Yeah, probably.
And, like, why he spared them. Her. Or why he spared her.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Remember what I said about there sort of being a lust world? This is kinda it.
Interesting. I mean, this doesn't feel like it's solely that of like, you know, from what we've seen so far of just like he's an incredibly depressed, like probably like you know, really depressed kid who feels completely isolated from everyone and is just trying to latch onto her, like her, for like any sort of attention and hope. Like it seems to be the only person who, oh fuck, yeah, like the you know, the only person who like seems to give him like even any sort of time of day, and just like desperate for that attention.
There's, like, one more thing that explains things a little bit more.
Uh,
Of course, I'm just running back to the entrance to, like, heal up and gather supplies.
no, that's really funny to think about. Though it like, 'cause now, you know, earlier thing in Psychonauts of just imagine if like Rasputin like, hey, I had to like just leave like, hey, sorry, I'm gonna, you know, help do hands-on psychotherapy later, but like I had to go get some healing potions and Megalodion stones. I'll be back later.
Stop casting Dia Horn! Ay. Okay, so Hama has like a chance to work. Low chance, but, you know. Unaffected. And the field's effects disappeared. Of course. There it goes, okay. Oh boy.
There. Oh, BRB, I'm gonna grab some snacks.
That's fine. Oh no, there's 2 more scenes, not 1. Okay, level up. Smarter. I. Nope, we're just not dealing with Loki. Not dealing with you? Ah, shit. Okay. You know what? You're fine. You're easy. Oh, Pazuzu. Oh, Pazuzu.
Yeah.
it's not listing his weaknesses and resistances. Huh, different pose from the SMT2 one.
Yeah, but Zuzu is the one from The Exorcist, isn't he?
Yeah.
And yes, I know he predates
Yeah.
that, like, apparently Assyrian and Babylonian mythology.
Oh, he's getting rid of Vaikaja. You better die to this. Damn it. Okay.
Vile Pazuzu.
Oh. This one resists.
Damn.
Yeah, femme, but it repels physical, so. Doesn't work at all? Ugh. Doesn't work at all? Fuck this. I'm really hoping for my character to get enough guardian points so I can at least die and get sent back to the start. Orochi.
Oh, hey, we saw him back in Dragon Quest.
Mato no Orochi.
I can't believe the famous Naruto character Orochi is here.
It's Orochimaru.
Oh right, Orochi.
Fake fan.
God.
Yeah, the Yamato no Orochi is from Japanese mythology, of course.
Yeah.
Where else would it be?
Hey. At the very least, I am getting lots of EXP.
Oh, for sure.
So I can at least fuse higher level demons. It's just one. I can. It won't be that hard.
It still feels so funny to say about like this dragon, you know? I do really love its design here.
Yeah, they keep that design. Well, they alter it slightly, but it's mostly the same.
I mean, it really works.
Okay. Okay. Going to leave Video's mind? This won't be over until you feed the true monster deep within his psyche. Yeah, it's fine. We'll be fine, Reiko.
Like, look, Draco, we need we need more supplies. Somehow was not expecting a whole dungeon for this guy's mind.
I mean, like, that's just how some people's minds are.
Fair, but it is funny, now that I'm thinking about it, of like, time to fight, Edio's inner demons. Damn, those inner demons have hands.
I'm not posting that. I got, what was that again? God, I can't remember the quote. Yeah, I'm gonna post a video of me winning this fight. It's like, I'm not posting that. Yeah. Completely failed to psychonaut him.
Well, for now, we'll go back.
He's just lying on the ground and we're like diving in and out of his head at our leisure.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hey. Okay, next. Oh, right.
See, Kitty's seen the comic pages I posted. The ongoing adventures of the black cat and her perfect purliners. And just looking at the names of the cats and going, oh, I actually know what these are references to.
Oh, nice.
Raffles Gentleman Thief is a bit of a deep cut, but it fits perfectly.
And Cerberus is dead.
Oh, yeah?
Thankfully, we have Recarm. Okay, there it is. Okay.
Oh, wait, your server's dead. My
I'm
bad. Of
dead.
course, enough. Fighting another enemy servers.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Honestly,
Oh.
just been looking for like recommendations for what recent like Marvel comics are actually worth reading. There's a lot of them that aren't.
There, defeated Vitra.
Man, I am muting so many channels for like completely stupid reasons tonight. Just muting them for a day 'cause it's like I don't want to see this current conversation.
Oh, very fair.
Yeah.
Ah, the gap.
Yeah. This guy sells you jeans.
Why do they call the store that?
I have no idea.
Apparently it's short for generation gap.
Weird.
In
I s-
1969, nice, real estate investor Don Fisher opened a store in San Francisco aimed at teens and college kids, offering Levi's blue jeans alongside records and tapes. Fisher planned to call the store Pants and Discs, but his wife Doris came up with the winning name, The Gap, shorthand for Generation Gap. Pants and Discs.
God.
That is kind of a better name.
Yeah. Come on, I give you the perfect opening for
That's my favorite number.
That's not a number, though.
1969.
Oh,
Oh.
The
Well,
year that I paused
mean-
after to go nice.
oh, sorry, I was distracted.
Ah. Doesn't help that I got
what was that?
right now, so I keep having to mute because I'm like sneezing.
Oh no.
Uh,
Also, yeah, James, I added. If, someone posted on the Internet Archive. One of the Melty Bloods, like all the great, forget her NecroArc dialogue or voice lines or whatever, from one of the Melty Blood games.
neat. Hey, so we're high enough. We got enough Guardian points to...
So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so got him. Surprised I missed the 1969. I mean, then again, it's more of just like, oh yeah, the year 1969. Like, yeah, of course, it's just a year. It's fine. Oh,
It's fine. That's a real year that people lived in.
yeah.
They might have been happy
That's the
about it.
summer of 69.
Okay. We got this one as a Guardian now. And Volvo. Okay. Ay. Long day at isekai school.
I'm almost late for the first day of isekai school. I got to run in front of the bus.
Oh no.
That's how you get there.
Oh no.
Anyway.
I should. The next Guardian the MC should get should be high. Should be high enough, but we might have to grind a bit more. Just in case.
Oh dear.
If I didn't die at all during the game, I would be able to get the strongest sword.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Game rewards you for not having a guardian by just apparently being that strong. Although in the Akira route it works a bit differently and yeah. Okay, so they just sell bullets here. No fancy bullets, but I want to fuse.
Yeah.
Because goddamn, my demons are kind of weak.
Yeah.
We could just make a little guy.
Teeny tiny little guy. It's his birthday.
It's his birthday.
When you bully me in the Demon Lord's Mind Palace, this is who you're bullying.
Or I'm just taking a screenshot.
Totally
of this.
lawful. Oh yeah? Very fair. Love how incredibly lawful
No, I think he counts as light. That
this like inchling is. This little barter.
The teeny
Barters,
tiny
whatever.
waffle guy.
So lawful.
I don't think he is.
Wait. There's L, N, and C, but there's L, N, and D. Oh, light.
Light,
Okay.
dark, waffle, chaos. Oh, this guy is neutral but light lined, I think.
Yeah. Okay. It took me a second to
He's neutral good.
get the alignment because it's just two L's, and no second letters to them or anything.
I think he might be chaotic because the red circle mean. Oh, Pigman. Okay, he might be neutral. Sphinx. Ah, Orochi's too high level.
You can't handle a demon of that level. You need more badges.
Oh, Harold. I think D might be dark. Yeah, that's dark. Nice to meet you, I guess. Slime. And no thanks. I'm not entirely sure about fusing Cerberus right now.
Yeah.
Morgan?
Me?
Byakuo. You know what? Yeah. Ah, Maya the dragon. Who is a tree.
Look, dragons can be what they want. It's fine.
Yes, I have seen Pokemon.
God. A giant tree that just can bonk people with its big ass head. Like, using its long neck as just God. Such a weird creature. Love it though. A vampire.
Vampire. These are higher level.
Nice.
Though now I'm gonna have to go and get some ammo and other stuff. I think I should call it for now. You know, there's not gonna be too much exciting. You know, I made like decent progress in the Demon Emperor's mind. So you know what? Yeah, let's save the ending and New Game Plus for the next time.
Oh, New Game Plus?
Yeah, there's sort of a New Game Plus. More of a hard mode
Interesting.
that is
Neat.
completely different from the base game. Anyway,